Today, many health conditions can be linked to sleep-disordered breathing. Some of these conditions include heart attack, hypertension, congestive heart failure, stroke, diabetes, and more.
Sleep-disordered breathing, especially obstructive sleep apnea, is associated with a bunch of health problems. High blood pressure, hypertension. It's actually been identified as a cause of high blood pressure, not a risk factor, a cause. It's a risk factor for things like heart disease, stroke, congestive heart failure, myocardial infarction, heart attacks. There's even some data that indicates recently it's been associated with type 2 diabetes.
Sleep apnea is simply put times when you cease breathing during the night. And in those cases, it will play havoc on your body. And your body's trying to constantly wake itself up to get that breath, to get that oxygen going again. And for me, in the industry that I have come out of in transportation, it affects a large portion of those who are in trucking. For example, about 28% of any trucking population of drivers are affected by sleep apnea. So those cessations of breathing and poor sleep that you get because of it during the night causes great levels of fatigue during the wakeful hours. And that plays havoc not only with the person's health, but it also puts that person in danger behind the wheel or dealing with a customer or perhaps even getting injured.
Unlike people who have regular jobs and sleep patterns, a driver's lifestyle and work locations are very irregular. SleepSafe Drivers was founded to address these particular needs in a way that maximizes treatment effectiveness while minimizing the time and efficiency impacts on the driver and their company.
SleepSafe Drivers is a comprehensive sleep program that's nationwide. We test truck drivers or anybody that's in a safety-sensitive position for sleep apnea. We also provide the treatment, which is CPAP, and then we also monitor them on a daily basis and report that information back.
Kind of the grassroots beginning of our company was with truck drivers because they have a lot harder time taking care of themselves from a health standpoint, eating the right things, they have erratic sleep patterns. But our business has really developed into many other modes of related transportation. If you think about someone who's moving goods or services along, no matter what the mode, they're working erratic hours, long hours, oftentimes don't have the opportunities to eat very healthy or have opportunities to exercise. And so our business has really developed and grown into every mode of transportation within the supply chain.
When I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, it scared me. If I didn't pass my DOT physical and they took my job away from me, it'd be devastating. Before treatment, it was pretty miserable. Long days. When I was supposed to get up, I didn't want to get up. It took me forever to get going in the mornings, headaches in the morning, sometimes nausea. Basically, it was a rough road. First time I called in, I talked with Sean, and he read to me the reasons why I wasn't sleeping, and we got it fixed, pretty much over the phone. Life's so much better. It's almost like going back 15, 20 years, when you got a good night's sleep and you woke up and you felt good, you had energy, no more headaches. My family think it's fantastic. When I come home, not just laying on the couch and wanting to be, not bothered anymore. And now we actually do things again, and they say that I'm enjoyable to be around again.
SleepSafe Drivers utilizes home sleep tests, which a driver can wear in his or her normal sleeping environment, regardless of the location.
If you're in the trucking business, if you fly a plane, if you run a barge or conduct a train, you're on the road all the time. And so your ability to access that health care is just so hard. What I think our service does, we can get something done in 2 or 3 days for a person versus months on end because we deliver the service to where that person is. And then we give them quick turnaround on their treatment and follow-up.
The Sure ID band is actually a patent device by ourselves that will be a chain of custody for any portable testing that is done. This device attached to the wrist, which secures the pulse oximeter on the driver or the patient. Therefore, we're ensured that the patient we set up at the lab is the same data and patient information that we're getting back when it's returned.
Results are typically read and interpreted the next morning, and if the driver is positive for sleep apnea, they are immediately fitted with a technologically advanced PAP device that will upload daily usage reports to a team of licensed respiratory therapists.
We have a clinical team that's all respiratory therapists based here in Lenexa, Kansas. What we do is we do wireless monitoring on a daily basis. So usually about an hour after a patient gets up, all the information is uploaded to a cloud and then is dropped into our database. And so we're able to move a little bit faster than what a sleep lab or a physician would actually do. We're able to send them back in to get another in-lab done, especially if the problem progresses. We're able to see if they have mouth leaks or mask leaks. And so we can monitor their compliance, which is 4 hours or more, and we can report that information back to them.
What companies are beginning to learn is just a little bit of proactivity in the area of health and well-being for their associates pays huge dividends, and it ripples out into all the areas that are important to any business owner. But I would say for our service, we definitely play a part in that because we reduce fatigue levels. People are not as likely to be disengaged behind the wheel. The hard dollar number that we really draw a lot of our interest in is the reduction in healthcare cost. Those can be fully quantified. When you look at that population of drivers who had the disorder, sleep disorder, prior to treatment and then after treatment, consistently, we see huge reductions in healthcare costs for those individuals. The other thing I like about what we do is we have coaches that call our folks regularly. Our drivers and the people that we have on our program usually are in 97% compliance range for their treatment.
This is way beyond improving compliance. It's about improving lives, and that's really what SleepSafe Drivers is about.
For more information, visit www.sleepsafedrivers.com.